Hi again, it's Steve. We're going to talk about IT 150's lab number 1. To start, we're going to take a look at a network diagram I made. It consists of two domain controllers, DC1 and DC2. DC1 is the primary domain controller for anishnaabemowin.com. Its IP address is 10.1.1.2. Between DC1 and DC2 are two routers. We have router 1 and router 2 that are connected by a wide area network link. And then connected to router 2 is DC2 at 10.1.2.2. The reason I set it up this way is because I viewed, we set up two domain controllers as different sites. So I viewed each site as being a different remote location. Say DC2 is a branch office and DC1 is the home office. They're not going to be directly connected in the same building. Instead, they would have a wide area network link. And I set up this example to replicate that scenario. So now we'll jump over to the VMs. I have DC1, router 1, router 2, and DC2. Once I had the domain controllers set up, I tested for replication by creating a user on one of the domain controllers. So we'll do that here. I'm on DC2 right now. I'm going to make a user named video. And no. There we go. So we have the user video living on DC2. Now if we check on DC1, right now we see we only have test 1 and test 2, so if I refresh this list, I should get 2 more users. Test 3, I did that one earlier in the lab. And then the video, or the user video, which we just created. So that right there shows that DC1 is successfully communicating to DC2. Then we'll take a quick look at the network monitor tool. This is a saved capture from when I was working on the lab. And I highlighted a couple protocols here. The first is DRSR, which is short for Directory Replication Service Remote Protocol. What this protocol does is transports directory information, and it's used to replicate it from domain controller to domain controller. So we can see the payload is encrypted, which is good. We don't want anyone eavesdropping and learning login information. The DRS replica sync is a trigger that's used to start the replication process. And if we look further down, we have another DRSR with DRS get changes. And that's actually going through and, like in this case, getting the video users new information. And that's encrypted as well, which is a good thing. And the second protocol I highlighted here is NRPC, which is used to transport login credentials. So as we can see, that's encrypted as well, which is good. That way we're not losing credentials to any eavesdropping third parties. So that's the basics of what Lab 1 consisted of. I have a little more info included in the lab report, but that's a working example of the Lab 1. Thanks for watching.